The footage I'm going to show on screen is the HD collection port of Snake Eater. It's not the actual 3DS version I'm talking about. It's actually better if you just listen to this audio while watching gameplay. I know it's stupid, just, you know. This is a little format I'm doing where I just quickly talk about games I've been playing recently instead of making like a 10-minute review just to pump more shit out, so hope you enjoy it. Over the course of the month of April, after finally improving my old dust collecting 3DS, I was at long last able to check out the Snake Eater 3DS port that's only been heard of in ancient myths and legends, mostly regarding to how fucking shit it is. The demo of this game was actually my first introduction to Snake Eater, believe it or not, back when it dropped in 2012. 6 fucking years ago. I only grew up playing the sequels instead of the prequels, so it wasn't until the HD collection came out that I finally got to see what all the cocksucking was about. Metal Gear Solid 3D, Snake Eater, is an odd Frankenstein remake of the PS2 Golden Boy that offers both its fair share of significant upgrades, as well as its downgrades. Anomalies like these are rarely seen today. I guess the most comparable thing to these sort of games would be the GTA ports to mobile Rockstar put out a couple of years ago. I'll cut to the chase and just mention up front what this port offers. You see, in actuality, this game is technically not a port, nor a remaster. It's actually Snake Eater running on the Peace Walker engine, meaning you now have access to a new set of mechanics to fuck around with. Over-the-shoulder aiming is a lot more convenient than fiddling around with the FPS aiming of the original. On top of that, God has finally blessed us dearly, and gave us the sacred gift of being able to finally crouch walk. Ultimately, getting rid of all the movement jank featured prominently in the original. I guess this version could be more comparable to Twin Snakes, although it actually knew its place and didn't completely butcher the tone and charm of the original. Unfortunately, the game isn't safe from the atrocious, unspeakable horrors of Hank, but TBH, no game is. Seeing as how it's a portable MGS on the Peace Walker engine, it playing like an MGS Peace Walker on a portable is to be expected. Meaning all the problems you'd encounter with the camera while aiming or moving around are right here as well. Unless of course you own a new 3DS or have that clunky piece of shit CirclePad Pro. But I don't have any money, girl, fuck yourself. The game also has improved touch-up textures and brand new lighting that gets rid of the smeared bloom look that was prominent in many games from that generation. You won't really be impressed when stretching them up to 1080p and comparing it side by side with the HD port. It's obviously intended to be played through a small screen. The added second screen makes awareness of your surroundings much more straightforward with the big blown up map sitting right there. You can't go in and change camos, eat, or heal on the fly like Ocarina, though that would have been a great addition. The big gimmick in the marketing of this game aside from the 3D was the ability to create your own camos via the taking of the photographs. Naturally, the first thing I did was take a picture of my dick, and miraculously enough, my camo percentage skyrocketed to 100. It ended up making the game much more easier. Thank you, PP. And that's pretty much the end of the line of the improvements the game offers, sadly. Like I mentioned before, aiming with the face buttons is a complete bitch, even with the added over-the-shoulder camera. And if you're like me and plan on playing the game on a regular 3DS, then expect an over-reliance on the radar. You really can't see shit at a distance on such a tiny screen. Thanks to the downscaled resolution, guards more than 30 to 40 feet away from you resemble tiny slivers as pixels. It's even worse if you're playing this shit outdoors, thanks to the reflective LCD screen on the 3DS, making nighttime sections blacker than my fingered asshole. The biggest negative on display with this version is the frame rate. It's locked at a constant 20 frames per second. Meaning any cheeky cunt with a high-spec PC thinking about playing this at an upscaled 4K and 60 FPS on Citra is shit out of luck. MGS 3D is still the Snake Eater you remember, and it's a shame that it's still held back due to all the tech that it's running on. But I'm sure there are many people out there that would have appreciated all the little bells and whistles added to this classic. Some boss fights are actually improved in this version. Having to fuck around with a 3D when I fought the Fear was fun. That is, as long as you manage to finish it in under 5 minutes, which at that point the effect would want to make you go blind. At the same time, having to track down and locate the end made me almost quit the fucking thing, because I'm not using hyperbole when I say that you really can't see shit on a 240p screen. I don't really recommend playing this version if it's your first time. You should buy the HD collection instead. However, for those who are veterans of the series and specifically deep dickers of Snake Eater, it's a cool way to re-experience the game if you're looking for something a bit more challenging or different, like me dating a chick with self-esteem. If, however, you're just looking for a way to play MGS on the go, then you can always check the PS Vita port for those extra 10 frames, if you still have that doorstop lying around. Just keep in mind that you'll be missing out on all the added bonuses of the 3DS port, since it's just a port of the HD collection.